Alright. Looks like we are live. Okay, so let's continue where we left off. I want to try using this, what is it called? The function pointer, but with another function, I guess. The return value of the another function. Something, wait a minute, can even be the return value of a function. Okay, this is quite interesting. So let's open terminal. Okay, and then playground function pointer. Okay. Let me copy this, I guess, at current time. This one. Okay. And okay. Minus. Then we add this one. Minus. And then let's add what is it? Function pointer lesson. Select operator in P as operator. Okay, and then returning A P. This is quite interesting. Sweets. Okay. Okay, so one. We are returning at should we use break in this case? Let's try not using break, I guess. Return minus, and then the default one. Unrecognize option. Is it an into? Into return no. Return. I don't know. Maybe something like this. In FPT open select open one. Let's check this out. Okay. And then open. Okay. Function pointer. Let's try this one. Okay. This make me curious though. there is some background noise going on. Okay, result. Right, let's check. Okay. Result. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yep, okay. Function pointer. We can declare a function pointer a function that return a function pointer. This is the keyword, I guess. That return a function pointer. In the example below, we declare a function called select OP with parameter P with integer type and return a memory address of another function like add and minus. Let's check fault. Right, because it is null. Right, so I mean, because we are returning null, or should I wait, but the segfault is before printing this one. Interesting. Why is the segfault before printing this one? Oh, right. Okay. Something like this. Right. Okay. I mean previously this one is segfault, right? So we didn't print this one. This line did not execute. Okay, so maybe like this is much better. But yeah, I'm kind of curious why we are not printing this one. Okay, unrecognized option. Oh, okay. Print F. Alright. Need this new line. What is it? New line terminator, I guess. I think we can do something like this, right? Let's see. Yeah, unrecognized option. Unrecognized option. Equal null. It's null. Okay. Oh, interesting. Is it only in the what is it called? In the switch case? Let's find out. Oh. Okay, interesting. If we remove the new line character, oh, okay. Something like this. Interesting. I remove this. Like why the previous printf did not print the character. Unrecognize option, no. Okay, this one causing the segfault. Yeah, I'm still not sure. Okay, I can declare. For other examples, check file, playground, what is it called? Pointer and array.c. Okay, interesting. Okay, now how to use that with type def. We can do this, right? Basically, we are running this function select op with two arguments, right? And then we got the pointer or the memory address to the function pointer, right? Like this one. And then running this function pointer with the, what is it called? With this argument 1 and 2. Okay, interesting. Result, select opt, select op, sorry, fptr op, okay. Let me commit this first. Add function symbol of function turning some pointer. We can create a function that return function pointer, which means when we call this function, we can call another function from the return memory address. This can be confusing. Maybe I will explain this too. The line below, we execute the select OP function, and then using the return function pointer and execute this function with argument return function pointer and then using the return to get the result. And then execute the with argument 1,2 dan function pointer with argument 1. Okay. If this is a variable and the first declaration was also a variable, can we not replace the variable name in this declaration with a name and a set of parameters? Yes, we can. And the result is the declaration of a function that returns a function pointer. Okay, yeah. Now I kind of understand what this means. This is basically the declaration of a new function, and this one is kind of mean that we are returning a function pointer. So a new function called get strcpy underscore ptr with void parameter, with no parameter, returning a function pointer, returning a memory address of a function that have this argument. Okay. A memory address of another function that has parameter in A, in B. is it called? Multiply. Okay, multiply. Multiply. Okay, let's see. Multiply CT okay. Case, no, not that one. The level 3 return multiply. Right. Okay, let's try to compile this. Alright, okay. It works. Now let's add another parameter, right? Even though we are not using the parameter, the E parameter. Okay, we got an error. Returning in function pointer in from a function with incompatible return type. Okay, we expect the function pointer to only have two parameters, in and in, but we are returning function pointer with triple in, like this. Okay. Alright. So it needs to be the same. Yep. Alright. That is parameter. The parameter does not matter. What? Hello, Sanfi. I'm currently learning C, right, from this book, if you are curious. And we are currently on we are learning C by building Lisp interpreter. If you are new, Lisp is another programming language. Hold on a minute, where is it? I think this one. Lisp is another programming language, and if you ever try using, let's say, a Python, right? Python programming language or interpreter, we are kind of building the same thing. This is what we are building, which is kind of similar to the Python REPL, read, evaluate, print loop. So yeah, we are creating the simplified Lisp interpreter. Where is C programming? You type in Python. This one, I mean, I'm just giving an example, you know. I'm not typing Python. Okay. Wait a minute. What matter is the parameter type rather than the parameter name. Okay, right. Parameter type and not the parameter name. Okay, alright, let me commit this one like add and minus. Alright, okay. And currently we are looking at the function pointer. Alright, we are on the chapter 11. Am I lagging? Or did... interesting. Okay, it took a while. We're currently on chapter 11, trying to implement the variable, right? To store a value in the variable. Basically, we are trying to label the value, right? And in this chapter, there is this function pointer. So I'm kind of curious about function pointer, and the interesting part is that we can declare a function that returns a function pointer like this one. We are basically declaring a select op function which returns a memory address of another function like add or minus here, which is kind of interesting. And we can, what is it called? We can do something like this. We can call the select op function, right? And then we can store the return of select op function into a function pointer. This is the syntax. So it's basically something like this. If we want to use casting, right, this is the type of the function pointer, and ftprop is the name of the function pointer. And then we can use this ftprop like we are using the function, another function that we return. For example, this one, case2, right? So if we use the select op with argument 2, we are actually using the minus function. This one, the minus function at the bottom. So what this execution will result is that we will, what is it called? We will do an arithmetic operation 2 minus 1, something like this. And the result is 1. Okay, that is what we learned so far. And then I'm kind of curious. Alright, I'm learning this from this video, YouTube video. Let me copy this in the chat in case you want to check this out. I only check this video for the function pointer, I guess. I haven't checked for another function pointer subject in this YouTube video, so you might check that out too. And yeah, there is this type def. I'm kind of curious how we use type def with function pointer. This is another example, I guess. Let me copy this in the chat. Okay, where is it? This one, type test simplify. How does it work? Okay, we have this one. Okay, strcpy underscore func ptr. Okay, this one. How do we use this one? This function takes a pointer to a function as an argument. This function takes a pointer to a function as an argument. Alright. Okay. Function as okay. And then this declare strcpy using the above type def. Okay, and then we assign the function. Okay, get exit. This become, what is it called? The return type of the function. Wait, let me try. Okay, right. Let me try. Type def. What is it called? Let me put this here. Type def in, right? Select op dt type def. I am so bad at naming scheme. Okay. Select opdt. Okay. And then select opdt. What is it? Right, add. So something like this, maybe. It reticle. It's different kind of symbol. Oh. Okay. Not select OP then. This website to increase speed of typing. What do you mean? Okay. PTRTT pointer type def, I guess, and then TRTT select OPTT. Okay, in OP, something like this maybe. Okay, and if we reverse the unknown type, because we didn't know what PTRTT beforehand. Okay, and then we can define this at the bottom. Oh, tell me best website for typing. Okay, I think enter Tainet. I forgot. Maybe something like this. Maybe you can check out this website entertainment. Basically, we learn how to type with the book, with the actual book. So we are typing with the actual book, I guess. If you want to check this out, something like this. This is actually the book content. So we are learning to type while also reading the book, I guess. Or usually people using this monkey type. I mean, this is just click here or press any key to focus. I cannot focus. Anyway, or maybe you can use the monkey type. A lot of people like using monkey type. Okay. Are you completed C or? Oh, I'm still ongoing learning C. So yeah, okay, you're welcome. Okay, so yeah, what I said might be incorrect because I'm also learning C, you know. The point of this live streaming is to learn C together. So if anyone know what is it called, know that my explanation is incorrect, please let me know, because again I'm also still learning. Okay, where is it? TR_TT, right? We are using this as a return type, right? So we can do this in OP, right? And well, where am I'm from Indonesia. Currently I live in the Indonesia. So my English might not be that good. And I apologize for that. Okay. And then let's see. This one. Alright. Select. PTRTT. What is it called? FPTR OPTT. Let's call it that. TROPTT, and then we call the select OPTT function, right? Basically this one, wait a minute, is kind of the same as this one, I assume. Okay, this one PTRTT, the FPTR, the FPTR OPTT is the same as this FPTR OP. That is my hypothesis, and let's check that out. PTR OPTT. Okay, FPTR OPTT. And right, something like this, I guess. Okay, the moment of truth. Alright, okay. Let me add information, the link below. PTR. Kind of the same. It's kind of the same as PTROP. Which mean that PTROPTT is also a function pointer. Okay. You know Russia. What? I don't think I know. Yeah, I don't know who you are talking about. Rashid. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't think I know Rasa Rashid. Okay. That the FPTR is a function pointer. Okay. Yeah, I guess this can be easier to write. What? Free Fire. I mean, I don't really following the esport that much, you know. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Okay. PTR OPTT is kind of the same as OP, which means a function pointer. Alright. Type def. Okay. Let me commit this. Background, an example of some pointer using type def. To make declaring a function that a function that use function pointer as a function pointer as a return type, easier to understand. We can use type def. Now I'm kind of curious, like, what is type def? Yeah, I'm not really sure about type def yet. We can use type def the function pointer use this type def as a return type for another function. Okay, I guess that's it. Select okay. Is also a function. Okay, right. Okay, alright. We are from India. Oh, hello, welcome. Okay. Maybe we will check this out. Okay. Then you can instead. But essentially required somewhere. Dog is waiting a signal. I'm still off the note that I need to look for where the variable is initialized. A function called okay. And then, as is the case now, I think what I didn't get was the connection between two statements. that one can use to come up with the second version. This one. Enter that connect signal handler. This one and the first type def. I think what needs to be explained here is what this is the one. What is type def is actually doing. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Let me go to the toilet for a bit. Be right back. The toilet still occupied, so abort the mission. Let's wait for a bit. The first of this is left, straight. Okay, be right back.
Apa? Kayak penasaran. Apa? Ternyata aku gak kenalan saja. Kayak kok nanti naik uang ini ya? Buat apa?
Enggak ada yang ngomong.
Ini ngomong bilang. Enggak, ya?
Sementara B3 saja.
Oh, B3. Sudah selesai?
Belum.
Belum. Oh, lah tadi belum dapat itu tadi program.
Belum tahu.
breathe out.
Belum. What is lips? Okay. Lip. Lip is another programming language. Enggak. Lip is another programming language like C. This is the one, right? Let me copy this. Like, I mean, I don't really use Instagram, you know. So, yeah, that's why I don't post Instagram information, right? So, anyway, Lisp is another programming language with the abbreviation of Lisp processing. I guess Lisp stands for Lisp processing, and well, it was developed with the desire to create AI programming language, apparently. So, information processing language, yeah, I didn't know there's a programming language called IPL, which is interesting. Anyway, that is Lisp, another programming language. So we are basically learning C programming language by creating a simple interpreter for Lisp, another programming language. That's basically what we do. Which browser you use? Okay, I use Qt browser. Let me check. This one. This is the browser I'm currently using. I mean, what I like about this browser is that it uses theme key binding, so that's it, I guess. It have more theme-like key binding and comment than the, what is it called? The extension called Vimium, you know, for the Chrome and Firefox, I guess. I'm not sure if Vimium is in the Firefox. So yeah, this is the browser I use currently. Okay, let's continue. Let's try again. The first one of this is live straight from the C standard, right? I retype it and check that I had the parentheses right. I retype it and check that I had the not until I correct it. It's a okay to remember. Okay, fair enough. First of all, remember that type def introduce an alias for a type. Oh, okay, so the alias is signal handler and its type is a pointer to a function that takes an integer as an argument and returns nothing. That takes an integer as and returns nothing. Okay, in this case, right? This is the void one, returns nothing. Okay, let me type that in here. Wait, no, that one. Where is it called? What is it called? Type def introduce an alias for the type. In this case, and in this case, the alias is ptrtt, right? With the type in function pointer in. Wow. Wait a minute. Let me just use this one, the backtick one. Okay. So the alias is signal and its type is pointer to a function. Okay. A pointer to a function that takes an integer as an argument and returns nothing. Okay. Spread void, right? The argument that is an integer is, I think, self-explanatory. The following notation is simply or not. Okay. C spells pointer to function taking arguments as specified and returning the given type. Alright, type. So basically ptrtt is an alias for type in, okay, in comma in. Okay. And after creating the signal handler type, okay, wait, let me add this into the reference. This one, okay. And okay, alright. Wait a minute. Just an alias. In this case, okay. Okay. And can therefore tell you that if it's wait. Where am I again? Okay. Returning the given type, right? Type function pointer args type. After creating the signal handler type, I can use it to declare variables and so on. For example, this one. Where is it? Signal handler. Oh, like this. Okay. In main, okay. How to avoid printf in How to avoid printf in a signal handler. Simple and not very useful. The signal interrupts malloc. Some similar function. The internal state may be temporarily inconsistent while it is moving blocks of memory between the free and use list or other similar operation. If the code in the signal handler calls a function that then invokes malloc, this may completely break. Oh, okay. The internal state may be temporarily inconsistent while it is moving block. If the code in the signal handler calls a function that then invokes malloc, this may. Oh, okay. There's a possibility we can break the memory management. Interesting. So what have we done here, apart from omit for standard headers that will be needed to make the code compile cleanly? The first two functions are Oh, is that why we can put type def in the header file? Wait, utils.h. Right, where is it? Let's see this one. Or maybe above that. Okay. Let me copy that main. See, this is fine. But if we remove the type def, it will give an error of multiple definition. Multiple definition, alright. Are you in college? No. I'm currently not in college. Okay, multiple definition. First define here. Okay. Interesting. So when we are using type def, we kind of can we can like this. What is it called? Declare it multiple times, I guess. Interesting. Char, let's say. Okay, completing types. But if we don't have the conflicting types, it works fine. Okay, interesting. The first two functions are functions that take a single integer and return nothing. Okay, Then I create an array of structure where each element identifies a signal. Okay. And about whether they are defined. That just complicates things. And also bias. Okay, I think this is specific to the signal function. Even modern talk, the names aren't critical. Here in C, the declaration mechanism is such that if you write var, it represents a value of the given type. Okay. In the standard, right, that def is treated as storage class, rather like static and is that when you use a variable of type alarm handler invoke as the result has type void. There is no result. Alarm handler. Okay, alarm handler is an invocation of alarm handler with argument negative 1. So if we clear something like this, it means something like this. Okay. It represents a void value and therefore is equivalent. Now signal is more complex because it not only returns a signal handler, it also accepts both an int and a signal handler as an argument. Signal handler, right? This one. It's still at some level mysterious to me. How it looks and can therefore tell you if you stick with it for another 25 years or so, it will become second nature to you. Okay. Alright. Yes, I complete my college degree. Hello, Silan. Say, welcome. We are currently checking out the function pointer. And, well, we are trying out, what is it called? We are trying out how to find a function that returns a function pointer. I think that's basically it. So for example, we have this select underscore op, right? And we define the select underscore op like this one. So basically what this code means is that when we call select underscore op function with the argument op, right? Which means that we will return a memory address for the specified function. Like when we replace op with 1, for example, we will return the memory address of add function, And then if we use 2, we will return to memory address of minus. And I guess this is the add n minus function, right? So we are returning a memory address of the function, and then we can use this memory address. Where is it? I think this one. We can use this memory address or the function pointer and save that into, what is it called? Save that into another, I guess, function pointer variable, and use that like we are using the specified function. Like, let me put this here. Where is it? Oh, this one. This one, right? We are providing second as our select OP argument, which means we are executing the minus function here. So I think we can replace this like this, minus with the, what is it called, the argument. I think, let me compile that and see. Yep, it is the same. fptrop. Okay, and also we can use type def like this one to give an alias, and we can use this alias as the return type like this, ptr underscore dt. And I guess we can kind of make things easier to read. Right, this is the return type, and this is the function name. Well, I guess that is subjective, depending on your preference. So yeah, that is what we have been looking at so far, the function pointer. I think, well, let me copy this in the chat. If you want to take a look, or anyone who just joined wants to take a look, okay. Alright. Oh, okay, it has been changed. Alright, I didn't know about that. Okay. Well. You can take a look at this too, I guess. Should I change the previous reference though? Maybe, yep. I think there is nothing new, right? Or is there a difference? I don't think there is any difference. So well, let's leave it like that. Okay, function pointer in C. Let's start with a basic function which we will be pointing to, right? First thing, okay, we have this function add in. Basically, this is the same as our function add in here. Where is it? Our add function here is just adding from one integer to another integer, right? The simple add function. Let's define a pointer to a function which receives 2 ints and returns an int. Okay, something like this. Now we can safely point to our function, something like this. I mean, we can also exclude the address of symbol or ampersand, so just providing add in, I guess. But yeah, this is a preference. Doing it like this make it more readable, I guess. So we know that, oh, we are passing on the address of add in, right? Now that we have a pointer to the function, let's use it. Something like this. Sum equal 5. Passing the pointer to another function is basically the same. The pointer to another function. Oh, okay, this is, yeah, that can be hard to read. Alright, it's basically the same. Function ptr and then calling this function with argument 2 and 3. We can use function pointer in return values as well. Try to keep up, it gets messy. Alright. In return values as well. This is a function called function factory, right? This one. This is the function name, which receive parameter n. This one. We have parameter n and returns a pointer to another function, which retrieve to int. Is another key point, returns a pointer to another function, which have to int as the parameter and return another int. This is the return value of the function that we are pointing to, and then this one is the, what is it called? The parameter that the function pointer take, I guess. That the memory address of the function take. Is that it? I don't feel that's right. It is kind of hard to explain. What is it called? Anyway, this is the argument for a function that the memory address we are using, right? In this example, add in, which is this one. So this function have a memory address, right? And this memory address have int as the return value for the function, and in N and in M as the parameter for this and add in function. Okay, then we are using this memory address like this one, and then we are returning the memory address itself, the function pointer. But it's much nicer to use a type def, right? We're basically creating an alias called my func def with a function pointer type. Okay. I think it is something like, where is it? Where did I? Oh, physical. Okay, basically like this one. This is the type that we are creating an alias for with type def. Okay. Alright. And then we can just use this alias as the return value of the function. Alright. Okay. I feel like, what is it called? I feel like using type def like this, kind of similar to Golang interface, I guess. Right, I'm not sure if Simo, where is it? Did I have an example? No, I don't think I used that. Yeah, I don't think I use interface in here. Right. Okay, let's check that out. Golang interface. Yeah, basically something like this. This one, right? It's like we have type my float and then we are extending this type my float with apps function. I mean, I'm not sure if that is the inspiration, but I feel like that's kind of the same. Maybe I'm just wrong. Anyway, okay. Understanding type def. Okay, this is the one that we just looking at. The function pointer works in C. Let's, okay, I think let's continue. So and why there is no such thing? Wait, what? Why there is no such thing? Okay, there is no string type in C. Now you have to question, Why do I keep seeing reference to C string everywhere if there is no string type? Okay. What does this have to do with pointer? Alright. The truth is, the concept of a C string is imaginary. Oh. It's like, okay, imaginary. Alright. Except for string literals. Okay, so string literal is not string. Is that it? Well, let's continue, I guess. There is no string type. C string are really just arrays of character. Okay. I mean, as far as I understand, this one is actually a string literal, right? This array is 16 byte in length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this one 3. Okay, this one is 15 but with null terminator. The invisible null terminator, because we are using the string literal, right? So it becomes 16 bytes instead of 15 bytes in length. 15 character for I am the walrus plus C null terminator. The \0 terminator. In other words, str15, the last element is 0. I mean, byte value 0 might not be the case if we are using another character set. I mean, if we are using ASCII, American Standard. What is it? I don't really remember. ASCII stand for, let's see, the American Standard Code for Information Interchange. American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So if we are use another character set other than ASCII, then we might have different value for the null terminator. This is how the end of the string is signaled. This idiom is the extent to which C has a string type, right? But that's all it is, an idiom. I'm kind of curious what this idiom with. What is idiom? Bisa figurative or non-literal meaning. Okay, figurative. Alright. But that's all it is, an idiom. Except that it is supported by the aforementioned string literal syntax, the string library. The function in string.h and for string manipulation. But how can that be if there is no string type? Function in string.h, the header string, are for string manipulation. But how can that be if there is no string type? Okay. Why? They work on pointers. Okay. Here's one possible implementation of the simple method you to register base VM. What do you mean? Register base. Yeah, I don't really understand. What do you mean by register base VM? Okay, that is one possible implementation of the simple function strlen. Okay, which return the length of a string, not including the null terminator. Okay, right. We declare length with size d type with this value 0u. Okay, I'm still not sure what the u in here means. Okay, this is, well, we are dereferencing first, and then we increase the pointer value, I guess. Well, and then we increase the length. Okay. Note the use of pointer arithmetic and dereference. That's because despite the function name, there is no string here. There is merely a pointer to at least one character. The last one being 0, because the null terminator here, right? We represented as 0. Here's another possible implementation, okay? When the loop exits, I is the length of the string, right? Usually people put the semicolon at the new line so that they know that this is only the for loop without the body, I guess. What is it called? Empty statement? Yeah, I kind of forgot what this is called. That one use indexing, okay, which as we found out earlier use a pointer, an array, and definitely not a string. Okay, I mean a Lisp interpreter would likely be stack based if I'm not wrong. Something like VM is a register bit similar to x86 architecture. Oh, okay. I built, what is it called? I'm trying to build Lisp interpreter because I want to learn C. That's basically it. And I found out this book, right? Let me paste this in the chat. I found out this book and I want to learn C, so I need some kind of project to start learning C, you know. And that is the only reason, I guess. I mean, if I find out another reference to create the virtual machine that use the register base, then I will take that. I will build this kind of thing, but for now I want to getting familiar with C, you know. What is it called? Getting my feet wet with C, you know. Getting comfortable by writing C. So that is the reason I'm trying to create a Lisp interpreter in this case, rather than the register-based project. And we are currently in the function pointer section of the book in chapter 11. This one, chapter 11, which I think implementing variable to save a value in the label, right? Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. I'm doing something similar, but within a register base and oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really sure about the register base. What is it? Programming language, I guess. So yeah, I don't think I can give any insight with that. But maybe another viewer have some experience, So we will see. Okay. But yeah, the point is to learn C rather than building a programming language, right? The building the interpreter is just a side effect of learning C in my case. Okay. Alright. We can create a regular expression that express a range of character available as follow. Okay. Yeah, this is, as far as I remember, the character that is possible in our variable name. Okay, well, I think we are finally reading the book again. Yeah, this is the funny thing about my live stream session, I guess. I use this book as a reference, but I'm going off on my own most of the time. Like, for example, oh, I found out this new term, function pointer, right? And then I'm going out on my own learning about pointers and function pointers, and even trying out how the function pointers works. Like this file here, we are trying out using function pointer with type def, right? And then we are trying out, what is it called, a function that return a function pointer. I don't think that information is available in this book, so yeah, I'm going on my own most of the time, rather than reading the book as is. Because again, I want to learn C, right? I just need a guidance about the project, But what project should I do when I want to learn C? Something like that. And coincidentally, I found out this book first. So, yeah, if I find out another book, then I might do another project, not Lisp interpreter. Okay. Once we introduce variable, symbol will no longer represent function in our language, okay? But rather they will represent a name for us to look up into our environment and get some new value back from. Therefore, we need a new value to represent function in our language, which we can return once one of the built-in symbol is encountered. To create this type of alpha, we are going to use something called function pointer. A great feature of C that lets you store and pass around pointers to function, or I guess to be precise, pointers to function, memory address that points to the function, right? It doesn't make sense to edit the data pointed to by this pointer. Instead, we use them to call the function they point to as if it were a normal function. We use them to call the function they point to as if it were a normal function. Alright. Like normal pointers, function pointers have some type associated with them. Some type associated with them. Okay. Function pointers are something very powerful, and when I found out about the concept, I was blown away, since do things like callback. Right. Me too. The first time I find out about function pointer, I'm like, oh, we can do something like this too. Interesting. But then again, adding function pointer might also add another complexity, another confusion, maybe, to be precise. Like, especially for the people who are not familiar with function pointers. So yeah, we need to use that with caution. Okay, where am I from? I'm from Indonesia. Okay, where am I? Yeah, true. Okay, function pointer are great. It doesn't make sense to edit. Okay. Instead, we use them to call the function they point to as if it were a normal function. Like normal function pointer have some type associated with them. This type specifies the type of the function points to, not the type of the data points to. This lets the compiler work out if it has been called correctly. Lets the compiler work out if it has been called correctly, not the type of data it's pointing to. Something. Okay, this type specifies the type of the function point to, right? Not the type of the data points to. Okay. So the compiler is the one working things out, call things correctly. Okay. In the previous chapter, our built-in function took a struct alpha pointer as input and return struct alpha pointer as output. In this chapter, our built-in function will take an extra pointer to the environment as input. We can declare a new function pointer type called built-in. Okay, well, in this case we are using type def. So we are creating an alias called built-in that return a function pointer who have a return value of pointer alpha and parameter pointer env and pointer alpha. Okay, I think that's basically this line means. Okay, I think we should try this out in the next session. Yeah, I think we will continue this on the next session. So that's it for the current session. See you next time. Bye bye.